In this video, I'm going to take you through 3 of the problems that are on the specific heat worksheet. Is titled Science Worksheet 2-10A Heat Transfer Worksheet. All right, we're going to look at number 1. So here's number 1. How many calories of heat are required to raise the temperature of 550 grams of water from 12 degrees Celsius to 18 degrees Celsius? Now, this is different than all our gas law problems in that you can leave it as Celsius, which is a good thing. We have a new formula that we are going to be dealing with, and it is Q equals MC delta T. The Q is our heat, M is our mass, C is our specific heat, and delta T means change in temperature. So for this problem, we need to look and see what we are missing. I am going to write down all the variables. You do not need to do that to solve it on your own, but I thought it might help some people. So we're going to need Q, which we don't know how many calories of heat. This is Q. So we don't know that one. All right. And then M, our mass, is 550 grams of water. Our C is our specific heat. Specific heat of water is always 1, which is always nice. And its unit is actually a combination of all the others, which is calories per gram times degrees Celsius. So it is 1 calorie gram degrees Celsius. And then we have our delta T. Now, sometimes we will be given just what the change is. Sometimes we need to do the math. Fortunately, on this one, it's an easy one. So 6 degrees Celsius. All right, for the most part, it is just a plug and chug. So we are going to have Q equals 550 grams times 1 calorie per gram degrees Celsius times 6 degrees Celsius. Now, just to let you see what's happening with all of our units, grams cancels out, Celsius cancels out, and we are left with calories, which is a heat unit. When you plug all that into your calculator, you get Q is equal to 3,300 calories. So that is how much energy we would need to put into that water in order to make it go up 6 degrees Celsius. Okay, so that is problem number 1. And just so you know, problem number 1, number 2, and number 3 are all solved the same way. Okay, so I am going to skip to problem number 4. Okay. So problem number 4 is how many grams of water. So right away, what is our unknown going to be? Yep, it's going to be our mass. How many grams of water would require 22,000 calories of heat. So this is going to be our Q to raise its temperature from 34 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. So this is going to be my delta T. Okay. You are welcome to do this again over to the side. Sometimes that can really help people out. So our Q is 22,000 calories. Our mass, we don't know. This is water again. So this is going to be 1 calorie per gram degrees Celsius, meaning it takes 1 calorie of energy to raise 1 gram 1 degree for water. And then our change in temperature, 66 degrees Celsius. All right, so when I set that up, I'm going to end up with 22,000 calories equals M times 1 calorie gram degrees Celsius times 66 degrees Celsius. So this is algebra. We need to isolate M. which means both of these move over here, meaning I'm going to divide both sides by 1 times 66. That's going to come over here. 1 times 66. All right, and so when I calculate that out, I get 333 grams as my mass. Okay. Now, one thing that can throw people off is just the algebra, moving things around. There is something that you can use for these problems. You can use a triangle. And with this triangle, it can help you solve things. So everything that is on, if we've got, sorry, I'll draw it up here, Q equals MC delta T. So we've got a total of 4 variables we're looking at. Q is on one side, MC delta T on the other. So I'm going to write Q up here. And then I'm going to put MC delta T. And so what you can do if you're not sure what to do is you can cover up what you don't know. So I don't know M. So I'm going to have whatever Q is divided by C times delta T. If I'm looking for Q, I'm going to be multiplying MC delta T. If I need to find T, delta T, I'm going to do Q divided by M times C. Hopefully that helps you out a little bit with that. All right, let's do one more problem. So let's look at problem number 7. Okay, so problem number 7 says how many degrees would the temperature, so right there, I don't even have to finish going yet. I am going to be looking for something temperature related of a 450 grams. So this is my M. Ingot. Don't worry about words that don't make sense, but an ingot's a chunk of iron. To increase if 1,818 calories, Q, of energy are applied to it. And here we're giving you specific heat of iron. For the quizzes that you guys will take, for anything that you do with this, we will always provide you with the specific heat unless you're solving for specific heat. Okay, so we've got Q equals MC delta T. Okay, you can make the list if you want, but I kind of have the list going up here. So I'm going to have 18 calories equals 450 grams times 0.107 calories per gram degrees Celsius, and then delta T. So I don't know what that is right here, so I am going to solve. Remember our little triangle, helpful hint. Cover that. It's going to be Q over MC. So I'm going to move this over. I'm going to do 450 0.107 calories grams degrees Celsius. Okay, and that's going to equal my delta T. When I plug and chug that in, I get 37.76 degrees Celsius is equal to my delta T. All right. Okay, so for that, that's as far as I need to go. You do get some problems that will say something like, and what will the final temperature be? So they may tell you that the original temperature was 48 degrees Celsius. So what I would need to do is I would need to add this to 48 to get my final temperature. So make sure you look at what it's specifically looking for. You do have one problem on here that does it that way. I think there's another one that has it within the problem for you to figure that out. So it's just a little bit higher order of thinking. All right, guys, I am here for you. If you need me, text me. We can always meet on Zoom if we need to. You just need to let me know. Miss y'all.